Hi, the video I recently put together about toss bombing did not include an example of the Mk-20 Rockeye, so here are a couple. The Mk-20 Rockeye is a conventional free-fall cluster bomb carrying 247 Mark 118 Mod 1 bomblets. It is a very effective weapon versus armored targets, personnel and even ships. Each bomblet weighs 600 grams and has a 180 grams high-explosive shape-charged warhead capable of penetrating about 190 millimeters or 7.5 inches of armor. As you can see in DCS, the Mk-20 Rockeye is white and flies following a ballistic trajectory towards the impact position. At a certain point, it opens, spreading the bomblets over the targeted area. In DCS, however, the selection of options available in terms of settings, fusing, and so on is quite limited. For the sake of this video, I am leaving everything as default. Just remember to set the mechanical fusing to nose. When it comes to toss bombing, the Mk-20 de facto offsets, at least partially, some of the issues affecting this technique, in premise the lack of precision. The toss procedure is very similar to the one we used for the Mk-80's family. However, I noticed two details. First, when executing a level toss, if the pull-up starts from a very low altitude, the avionics may not command the delivery. Second, when executing a dive toss, the bomb tends to fall slightly short. More on these later. The F-14 weapons type selector wheel in the armament panel shows 3 versions of the Mk-20. However, only one version exists in-game, so which option you select should not matter. Note that I have not tested this myself, but this is the result of data mining DCS files. As mentioned, the low-level toss is slightly different for the Mk-20. In premise, the gain in terms of standoff range is less than the Mk-80's family. Moreover, the altitude at which the pull starts should be higher than the ground level. I found that about 500 feet usually satisfies the procedure. The recovery and egress shown in this video is, of course, quite poor, as I was focused on the bombs. I recommend turning rudder and deploying a flare program, just to be on the safe side. However, remember that the goal here is tossing the bomb, not your TF-30 engines. This is actually my first engine stall, and of course I had to record it. Feel free to shame me in the comments below. The dive toss is much simpler. I changed the scenario slightly. I removed the SI-8, added some man pads, and a cloud ceiling at circa 7,000 feet. These conditions prevents us from flying above the man pads envelope, thus the toss is a good option. I noticed that the Mk-20 tends to fall slightly long. For this reason I aimed a bit shorter. Before closing this video, 2 observations. First, I have not worked out the numbers and the parameters necessary to achieve the most efficient delivery. This means that the examples shown are not the most performing. On the other hand, they prove how simple and intuitive this technique is. Second, remember that dumb bombs are not meant to be extremely precise weapons. This is even more true when older assets and techniques that trade precision for safety and range are used. On the other hand, they are a quite fun means of delivering bombs, and Mark 20 is especially satisfying to watch. That's all for this short video. Thanks for watching and take care.